Hi there, Capricorns. So I'm going to go into, the standard messages that are coming through for the mid-month reading, and then we're going to end up with, what lesson do you need to carry with you from this year so that you can get yourself where you need to be, okay? So the first thing I'm feeling here is it feels to me as if the entire universe is conspiring to pull you forward into the future where there are going to be a huge boost when it comes to your income, your earning capabilities, when it comes to learning skills, learning ways, earning something and achieving something that will greatly set you up for the next 10 years. So I do feel for many of you, plans are already laid out. It's just a matter of you needing to get going with these things. And there's going to be a lot of trepidation from your end, insecurities and things like that from January, February, March, April. But the energy is going to significantly alleviate by February. So if you come into new things, new projects, partnership situations as well, where you're not really sure if this is going to work with another person. And then I also feel speaking engagement where you're in the limelight and you're not really sure if you have, the charisma, the persona, or the stage presence to really impress. And then for others, I also feel as if internet-based selling and buying and dealing with as well foreigners, okay? So if you're not really sure about these things, I feel like you're going to take the rest of this month as well as January trying to figure out the ropes, trying to find that balance, trying to figure out what works for you, having to forego some pleasures in order to get yourself a lot more discipline as well. So, you can't just say yes to all the invitations that come your way. You're going to have to decline. You're going to need to conserve your energy, and you're going to need to, figure out what's really important to me. I have a limited amount of time. I only have 4 hours that I'm free. There are 8 of these social, fun obligations. Who can I say no to? Who can I say yes to? So you're really, really going to need to, not extend yourself far and wide, but to really conserve your energy, draw back your energy, and to focus on things that really will pan out for you. So I feel like frivolousness, that's not going to cut it anymore. And you guys are rarely frivolous, but I feel like you have a hard time saying no, especially if the invitation sounds enticing, right? Like going out, meeting new people, meeting strangers, having like a business slash social meeting, social function. I feel like these are things that you have to learn to say no to so that you can, spend your time wisely, okay? So that element is coming into the picture. On top of that, I'm feeling for the next 2 weeks as well, one of the major theme coming up here is, like I said, the universe is conspiring you to kind of pull you forward into your future, into the rest of your life, into things that are just waiting for you around the corner. And there's a relationship that is holding you back, okay? So many of you are still trying to work at these relationships, and the nature of earth signs is it's hard for you guys to go into new things. You guys like to fix things, you guys like to tinker with it. If there's a problem, we have to find a solution and it can be fixed. It's easier to fix things and have the old rather than cut it off and go off into something brand new. It can feel very, very scary. So some of you, there is some tweaking, some fixing up of your current existing relationship, and I feel like a lot of it is contingent upon you and your relationship partner trying to decide, coming to a consensus, coming to an agreement. What do we need to do differently? So I do see a lot of breakthroughs if you're like in a relationship and you're seeing like a therapist to fix the marriage or fix the relationship. And likewise, I feel like if there are new additions in the family, such as children, pets, whatever the circumstances might be, I know they're not comparable, but I'm seeing something small, like a smaller version of you or something like that's constantly around your legs, like twirling around your feet. So sorry for that analogy, but I feel like, you're going to be putting in extra time, extra care to love on and nurture your existing relationship. So I feel that for some of you, if there has been third party interference, I feel like you're putting an end to that. So it's more like, I have a fixed amount of time. I have these two relationships. One person I like more. So I'm going to devote, that fixed amount of time to that one person. So I feel like you're going to be breaking some hearts, okay? So I do see you actively trying to move on. So I'm feeling here some people as well needing to really take better care of their health. So that means, saying no to drinking, saying no to excessive like partying. Also, kind of like separating the professional life from the social life so that things don't get confusing, things don't get awkward, and things don't get, so that boundaries are very, very clear. So I feel like you've come into this month realizing that you need to actively do that it's a process and that it's something that you need to maintain. And you are also thinking about, I can't be sending people mixed signals. I can't say, oh, I'll hang out with you today, and then next week, like, oh, I'm busy. I can't really hang out with you. I feel like the people that you like, you're going to devote extra time to, and you're going to be the one reaching out and telling them you want to, hang out with them. The ones that are not really your cup of tea, they're not bad people, but maybe, you don't really have a lot in common. Maybe you don't really, you don't have the same goals in life. Maybe you're no longer energetically, in tune or in sync with them anymore. And you're going to feel like, well, they keep soliciting me. And, some days I go, some days I don't. And it becomes like mixed messages. So you're just like, it's easier for me to just, tell them no, and then no, and no. And so you're very consistent with who you are spending your time with. I do feel family coming up on the forefront, and it looks really, really good. And I'm also feeling as well, I mentioned for the monthly reading, you have somebody that you have that's coming in with some emotional issues, and you're going to have to play mediator, and you're going to have to, provide that that voice of reason or the shoulder for them to lean on. I feel like things getting better in their life, and they're giving you a thank you, okay? But I'm also feeling that you should move on from this because, you need to let them, fight their own battles. And you need to also let them, pick themselves up of their own bootstraps. So I feel like there's a need for you to detach from people that might be energetically, draining you, okay? So I do feel opportunities for travel as well. And I just finished the Sagittarius reading. So the energy is very, very similar in terms of the travel, the movement, having long distance relationships and, trying to manage that as well as everything that's going on in your life. So I feel like there's a lot that you're hopeful for. You can't wait for this year to end because 2018 is going to be a lot more exciting. Income is definitely up. You have a lot of command and authority in your work environment. So that means when you talk, people stop what they're doing and they listen. So you have an air of authority about you, and the things you say, people will, take notes and write them down. And as well, you have a lot of command over the people that are working either under you. So I feel like some of you are supervisors, manager, or you have a position that other people look up to you, and they come to you for your expertise, and they come to you because you know what you're doing. So you also want to maintain that. So you know that 2018 is going to be a really, really big professional year. And so you're trying to tie up loose ends, okay, which is a great time during Mercury retrograde. So the lesson for us to take into the 2018 time frame, I feel like it's a little bit of a maintenance between maintaining your boundaries and maintaining your firmness, okay? So, a lot of the times you guys are very, like, I want to say diplomatic as well. And so if you don't like somebody, you still give them the benefit of the doubt. You don't just, shun them or like talk down to them. You don't do that. and you're still cordial, very friendly, and you would still, you know, have a good vibe about you when you're dealing with them. Even if you don't respect them, even if you don't like that person, you never just like ignore them or make them feel less than in any way. And so I feel like for many of you, this heart quality in which you're still very compassionate to people that have a lot of flaws, I don't feel there's anything wrong with that, but I feel like you're going to strengthen yourself and you're going to firm up a little bit, and you're going to draw very clear boundaries between where you stand and where they stand, and maintaining those boundaries so that they don't really leech onto your energy, leech onto you, stealing your ideas, stealing your strength, or, you know, consistently depending on you. So you're teaching people to be very, very independent, okay? And this can be children. This can be family members, parents, I'm seeing, as well as love relationship partners. You can be very generous if your partner is very, very generous, but you know how to hold back if you feel you've been taken advantage of and you don't like that. You want to be able to respect the people that you're around. You want them to be self-sufficient. You pride yourself as well on your ability to take care of yourself, to be self-sufficient. And so when somebody comes to you and they're kind of whiny and just, you know, woe is me, it really makes you kind of, it makes you kind of start to lose respect for them gradually. But like I said, you have great compassion for other people, and so you do take it with a grain of salt, and you do go out of your way to make people feel better, to help people out if you can. But the year in 2018, and the lesson that we need to bring into 2018 is we need to take care of ourselves first. Okay, we need to put ourselves first. We need to put our needs first. And energetically, you have so many things that are happening that you need to be a lot more focused. So don't scatter your energy here and there trying to help other people, or, you know, coming in and become that fixer for other people's problems. Okay, they can handle it themselves, honestly. So you have to really be firm and maintain clear boundaries. Draw a circle around you and take care of everything within that circle until you're absolutely done with all of that. Then you can, you know, expend the energy to help others. This doesn't mean saying no all the time. It basically means being smarter about conserving your energy, okay? So 2018, I feel like wishes coming true, wishes being granted, having a lot of things going your way, but I feel like you need to start the year on the right footing. I feel like that sets the tone for everything, mainly because your birthday time, by the way, happy birthday. Your birthday time straddles, you know, the end of 2017, and then it straddles, you know, the beginning of 2018. So you're kind of like caught in between the energies of these 2 years. So that means you need to make changes now and maintain those changes throughout 2018. So the right way for us to do this is really spend the last 2 weeks of this year, so which is the next 2 weeks, and think about transition. Think about things that absolutely need to end because enough's enough, and then things that absolutely need to begin. Okay, so you're going to be in this kind of, it's a dual role. It's ending things and then beginning new things. And so we have to be in that mindset because, you know, you're straddling both years, and the energy can be very confusing because the energy for 2017 is a self-starter type of a year, whereas 2018 is a little bit more of an other-oriented type of a year. And that's why people will bleed onto your boundaries. They will encroach upon your space. So you need to be smarter about this, okay? I am going to leave it at that. I wish you all the best. Take care of yourself and have a blessed new year. Bye-bye.